What's going on, YouTube family? This your man Pristine, back with another video. Here before you is another unboxing for a device that seems to be going crazy right now, but it's kind of baffling to me. And so before we get into this unboxing real quick, look, I'm going in on this one. I'm not pulling no punches. I'm warning you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to keep it clean, so it's not explicit content or anything like that. But look, if you're an Apple fanboy or girl, you may not want to watch this video because I'm about to tell the truth. All right, let's go. Now, here before you, ladies and gentlemen, is the new iPhone SE 2020 second generation. Now, as I like to do in typical fashion when I do my unboxings, I like to go down the spec list, starting off with the price. And so that's exactly what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do things a little differently because I'm not going to waste a bunch of time, talking about this device. And, I'm not doing camera reviews and full pristine reviews like I would do other devices because of the familiarity that I've got with this device, because this basically is just a souped-up version of the iPhone 8. You know what I mean? And it's like, if you want to go back and if you want to know what I feel about the iPhone 8, just go back and find that video and watch that because it's up. You know what I'm saying? So check it. All right. So the iPhone SE, it starts off at a $399 price tag, and that's what the uproar is about. Everybody's like, oh, the A13 Bionic chip, with a $399 price tag. Okay. Yeah, I mean, is that a deal? Yeah. That's, Apple's top processor for $400, that's cool. But it's like, what about the people that spent over $1,000 for that same chip and features and functions that whatever that device had within it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what about those people, Apple? It's like, yeah, way to slap those folks in the face. Me being one of them. I have the iPhone 11 that I paid $800 for. You know what I'm saying? And one of the main reasons why I paid that premium price was because of the internal specifications. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not mad. You know what I'm saying? What's done is done. It is what it is. I'm moving on. All right. So $399 for the 64 gig variant, $449.99 for the 128 gig variant, and then $549.99 for the 256 gig variant. Okay. There's your different variations. Now, we've got a 4.7-inch Retina IPS LCD 720p display. This is a True Tone display. We've got 750 by 1334 pixel resolution. And again, it's a much smaller screen, so you don't need to have crazy high pixel resolution in order for the screen to look good. All right. We've got a 326 ppi pixel density. We've got oleophobic coating. So the device, it's going to help with glares and stuff like that. It shouldn't be as slippery in the hand. It should be much more manageable to hold and not be as slick. That's what oleophobic coating provides whenever a phone has that on its exterior. Okay, we've got 625 nits of brightness. We've got an aluminum frame. We've got 148 grams as far as the weight of the phone, and it's 5.22 ounces. We do have an IP rating of IP67 water and dust resistance. We do have what Apple is calling the glass on this device, ion strengthened glass. I'm not exactly sure how that fares against Corning Gorilla Glass, but that's what ion strengthened glass. Hey, it sounds good. All right. It sounds like it's got some durability, but you never know. Protect your investment. Case, screen protector. You know how I do. You know what I mean? All right, now, screen to body ratio is 65.4, and I never thought that I never thought that I would utter these words in 2020, but we've got an aspect ratio of 16 by 9 in 2020. 16 by 9, people, in 2020. All right, now, let's carry on here. Now, as far as the internal specifications, we've got the Apple A13 Bionic chip. We've got a hexa-core CPU. We've got an Apple 4-core graphics GPU. We've got 64 gigabytes of storage, 3 gigs of RAM, no card slot for memory expansion, but we knew that. And we're running on iOS 13, which is the latest software operating system. All right, now the cameras, we've got a 12 megapixel primary f1.8 wide angle lens, and I'm not entirely sure if this is the same camera that was on the iPhone 8 or if Apple did indeed take one of the primary sensors from the 11, the 11 Pro, the Pro Max, and use the same sensor on this phone. You know, that I'm not sure, but I know that there's a camera enhancement, and I'm sure the 813 Bionic chipset has a lot to do with that. Now, the features that we have for the primary camera are optical image stabilization, dual LED, dual tone flash, HDR, panorama. We do have 4K recording at 24, 30, or 60 frames per second, and at 1080p recording at 30, 60, 120, or 240 frames per second. We have HDR, optical image stabilization, and stereo sound recording. This is in the recording option. All right, now the front camera is a f2.2 aperture 7 megapixel selfie camera that possesses face detection, HDR, panorama, and we can record at 1080p at 30 frames per second. And that camera also has a gyro electronic image stabilization. All right, now for the battery, we've got a 1,821 milliamp hour battery. The site that I got this information from states that an 18-watt fast charger comes in the box. That is entirely inaccurate. Now, you can buy this as a separate accessory, which is a damn shame in 2020. But I believe the charger that comes in here is your standard 5-watt lightning port wall adapter, which is just trash. You know what I'm saying? So you got a 5-watt wall adapter. Of course, you've got the lightning connector, no type C, and Apple is claiming with the 18-watt fast charging, you can get 50% in 30 minutes. All right. But you have to go and buy that accessory. It does not come here in the box. Now we've got Qi wireless charging. You know, that's good to see. Additional features, we've got Touch ID. So for those of you that were salivating at the mouth or pissed off because Apple got rid of Touch ID, well, now, you know, they're giving you an incentive to where if you have an iPhone 10 or a 10s or a 10s Max or a 11 or 11 Pro, 11 Pro Max, whatever you got, you know, if you want Touch ID because you're not really a big fan of Face ID, then you can just downgrade to this if you really want Touch ID and haptic touch. You know, they brought back the haptic touch feature as well. We have NFC, Bluetooth 5.0. We do have stereo speakers. We do have Wi-Fi 6, you know, faster, more powerful connection speeds, download speeds, all that kind of thing when you're connected to Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi 6 is a good thing, so it's good to see that it's here on this device. That's one compelling thing about the device. Or another compelling thing about the device. And then we have dual SIMs as well. This is completely unlocked. I got this at my local Best Buy. It is GSM and CDMA unlocked, which means that you can use this phone with any carrier that your little heart desires. Doesn't matter. All right. Now, the colors that you can get this is black, white, and red. All right. I chose to get the red color because my favorite color combination is red and black. And so you'll see that the back of the phone is red, but the front of the phone is black. And that's how it is on all the devices. No matter what color you get a black front, no matter what color it is. I mean, so if you get the all black one, then the phone's just going to be all black. If you get the white one, it's going to be white on the back, but black on the front. All right. So I got the product red. I also wanted to get this one as well because I hear that a lot of the proceeds that are for people that purchase the product red are going to go to COVID-19 relief. And that's a good thing. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this box. You know, I've already ripped off the plastic and done all that jazz, man. So I ain't even going to waste your time with that, man. You know, so, you know, typical books and stuff, you know, product red. Okay. Little Apple logo. If you want to troll your Android partners, you know, there you go. Okay. Here's our device right here. You know, now I like that red. I'm a big fan of that red and black. But here's our device right here. Okay, it is good to have a smaller device in hand. And actually, you know, I'd already recorded an unboxing for this phone, but I wanted to redo it because there were some things that I thought about that I wanted to add to it, and I just didn't want to edit it. I just wanted to go ahead and redo it. So that's why I'm not like ripping plastic and ripping plastic off and all that type of stuff. That's the reason why the phone is already set up. The setup is so simple, you know. If you have any other Apple devices, you just scan it, and I basically just copied this from my iPhone 11, and I was set up in minutes, like 5 to 7 minutes tops. And so, again, I mean, you're reminded, or you're greeted with Apple simplicity right out of the box with this bad boy. But as you can see at the bottom, there's our Touch ID button right there, and we'll just go ahead and demonstrate that real quick. The haptic feedback on this phone is amazing, as it is on iPhones in general, so, the vibration motor feels really, really, really good in the hand. And again, I mean, this is a little beast. And, as far as performance, pop into Spotify right there. You see how I just went up into Spotify. Okay, that's one of the most graphical or one of the most content heavy applications that I've got, because I'm a huge music file, got a lot of playlists and things. Same thing with Apple Music. You see how it just popped into that. SoundCloud, same thing. Okay, and I'm connected to T-Mobile. I've got my T-Mobile SIM in this card, or in this phone, so data speeds may differ, or if you're connected to Wi-Fi, you may see different speeds. And I'm so used to swiping up and holding to get to all the recents, but again, it's back to double clicking the button to get to all of your recents right there. But I mean, you see Spotify, it's right there. Pop back into Apple Music, it's right there. SoundCloud, it's right there. So the RAM management seems to be on point, as it usually is on iPhones. And again, 3 gigs of RAM. Some of you may think, oh, well, man, this phone has 3 gigs of RAM. That ain't nothing. I know we live in a day and age now where, a lot of these Android phones, I mean, they have overkill RAM. They have overkill random access memory, and it's not really all that necessary. I think a lot of these companies are just having cockfighting contests just to see, who's got the biggest poll, see who's got, the most RAM in their phone to boast and brag about. It's like, man, who cares about that? You know what I mean? Apple's chipsets are powerful enough to where they don't need to implement a lot of that RAM and stuff, because it's just pure power. And it can cause the phone to perform with the same fluidity of a device that has a much higher internal random access memory. But rest of the stuff you get in the box here, you get this insult of a 5-watt charger, and then you get the wired earphones, Apple earphones, wired AirPods, I don't know, and you get your lightning adapter right there, which I'm not even going to bother taking out of the box. All right, now let's get the box out of here. Now that we got that out of the way, let's, we'll just take a quick little tour of the dimensions real quick. Right side of the device, you've got a little antenna line right there. Here's your SIM tray. Here's your power and sleep button. Top of the device, it's nothing. It's clean. Left side of the device, you got an antenna line right there. There's your alert slider, volume up and down. You got another antenna line right there. Bottom of the device, you've got another noise canceling mic. Here's your lightning port for charging. Here's one of the bottom firing speaker. Up top here in the big forehead, you've got your 7 megapixel sensor, and then you got your ear receiver right there, which also is one of the dual stereo speakers. And then around back, you see we've got the product red. We've got the Apple logo. The only real difference between the iPhone 6, 7, and the 8, because they all look the damn same, is they moved the Apple sign down to the middle of the phone to match all the rest of the current iPhones. Okay, here is our 12 megapixel sensor. Here's our dual tone LED flash, and that's that. So I just gave you guys just a quick briefing of the performance. I mean, you saw how it performs beautifully, nice and smooth, as it typically does. Go to the camera mode real quick. We got camera, portrait, panorama, okay, video, slow-mo, time-lapse, typical things that we see in an iPhone. Nothing really different there. Now, some of the photos that I've taken are very stunning. I took this yesterday and I had the blinds open, and just the way like the shadows from the sun beaming through the blinds on my face, that was captured very beautifully. This is another picture that I took of the box, and it looks exactly like the box. Here's a picture that I took behind my setup, and just, yeah, the camera is remarkable. You know what I mean? And so, I'm not going to sit there and, I'm not going to say anything negative about the camera, because, the price, the price that you're paying, with these internal specs and the camera performance and just the overall performance, I mean, you're getting a really good device. But let's, and I'm just keeping it honest. Okay. I'm just keeping it honest. All right. So now that we got that out the way, let's switch gears. All right. Let's switch gears. Hold up. So let me see. Display brightness. Auto lock, never. Okay, let's make sure that screen doesn't go off. Boom. All right, y'all. So you guys go ahead and glance at that iPhone 11. All right. Or the iPhone SE. Okay. Here's the iPhone 11. Okay. iPhone 11 right there. All right. Boom. Here, ladies and gentlemen, before you is the Nubia Z20. Right? See, full screen design. Even has a display on the back of it. Like, how crazy is that? And then if you want to go back to the display on the front, boom. You can do that, right? Nubia Z20. Okay. Here's the Sony Xperia 5. 21:9 aspect ratio, Snapdragon 855, 8 gigs of RAM, or 6 gigs of RAM. Really nice cameras, build quality, feels really good in the hand. Here, let me turn this SE so you can see it. Okay. And just stick with me, y'all, because I'm going somewhere with this. All right, stick with me. All right. So here's the Sony Xperia 5. All right. Hold up. Here is the LG V60. Okay. In all of its glory. Got that beautiful blue and gold trim. Oh my God. LG V60 Snapdragon 865 with all of the top tier 2020 specifications. Right? V60, y'all. Hold up, because there's more to come. My favorite right now, my daily driver, the Samsung Galaxy S20 Ultra. All right, with the 120 hertz refresh rate. Okay, the 120 hertz doggone refresh rate. Okay. Now wait, there's more. There's more. Ladies and gentlemen, the Samsung Galaxy Fold, and you just fold that open and make it do what it do, right? Okay, fold it back closed, and yeah, the Galaxy Fold, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And then there's The ZTE Axon M, right? Got the Axon M. Now, the Axon M, ladies and gentlemen, you can see, you know, it's got the big forehead, the big chin, you know. And I think, again, you know, this phone was ahead of its time. It sucks to see that ZTE just completely stopped supporting it. But still, nonetheless, a good phone in my personal opinion. As you can see, it's still going strong in 2020. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a video on Axon M in 2020. Is that something you guys want to see? Let me know in the comments. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, still got my Axon M. Shout out to the Axon M gang. You know what I mean? Now, the reason, ladies and gentlemen, why I just showed off all those devices is because maybe you guys are willing to, but I'm not. What you talking about, Pristine? I'm so glad you asked. I'm about to tell you. It's interesting to me to see how many people out there are willing to let Apple off the hook. Look at this phone. To me, ladies and gentlemen, this phone is an embarrassment. It's a complete, absolute embarrassment. And I think it's a slap in the face. And this is Apple's way of telling them what they think about us as customers, as consumers. You know what I'm saying? All those devices that I just showed, the reason why I showed those devices is because I wanted to show you guys what the evolution of smartphone has been from the time that the iPhone 6 came out to now. The reason why I say the iPhone 6 is because there's literally no difference at all. And if there is a difference, very minimal difference between this body style and the body style of phones today in 2020. and to me, I'm not letting that ride, man. Do I like Apple? Yes. I got the iPhone 11. You know what I'm saying? I got one of the new iPad Pros. You know, I got the AirPods, the Apple Watch. You know what I'm saying? I'm linked into the ecosystem, but I'm not hooked to where I can't let it go. You see what I'm saying? Because I mean, you know, this S20 Ultra and this Galaxy Active 2 is what the business is right now. You see what I'm saying? I mean, so I'm not locked in, you know what I'm saying? I mean, to a point of no return with Apple in the ecosystem. But here's the thing. There's so many people out there that are so engraved in what Apple is doing, and they will support Apple no matter what. Even if Apple decides to bend you over with no Vaseline. Because this device is exactly what Apple is doing. Now, all those devices that I just showed on camera, side by side with this SE second generation. The overall designs of those devices completely they just completely and utterly obliterate this phone design. They just destroyed this phone design. This phone looks like a joke in 2020. Well, and somebody tell me, what was stopping Apple from keeping this same form factor? Straight up, like, how dope would this be if they kept this same form factor, X'd out the bezels, and gave us a full screen and at least gave us an 18:9 aspect ratio, and we just have like a smaller, you know, more compact, powerful, modern design beast in the hand for $399 with all the enhancements internally. Like, what was stopping Apple from giving us that, ladies and gentlemen? Why couldn't we get that? Are we not good enough in Apple's eyes to get that? I mean, we understand that they were getting killed in that mid-range and budget space because Apple just doesn't they don't have phones in those price ranges. And so I understand, was it a genius move for them to put this out to satisfy the craving of people out there that are on a $300 or $400 budget that want an iPhone but can never get one because they were just too steep as far as the price? Yeah, that's cool. But what a slap in the face to take the design of a phone that came out 3 years ago. All those phones that I just showed side by side, this one was the evolution of smartphones and what they look like from 3 years ago to right now. Why did this phone just come out last Friday? Which I've had it on launch day, but I just haven't had time to do the unboxing because I've been busy with other things. But why is this phone coming out in 2020 with a 16:9 aspect ratio, the same design of a phone that they released 3 years ago? Like, Apple, we're not worth the time and the effort to get your design team together and say, hey man, let's give these people something special. You know what I'm saying? The chatter about this iPhone SE2 has been looming for a long time. Let's deliver on this front. You know what I'm saying? iPhone SE stands for special edition. Really? Is there anything special about this design? This design is a freaking joke. There ain't nothing special about this design, especially compared to those other devices that I just showed you. And the fact that they upgraded the internal specifications, which did a little something to the camera, so now you're getting better picture quality. If in fact this is the same sensor that's in the iPhone 8, should that be enough justification to give Apple a pass for giving us this corny ass design from 3 years ago? In my book, hell no. You don't get no pass because it's tech innovation. What's innovative about this? Seriously. And see, the reason why Apple does this crap to us, y'all, is because they can get away with it because they know that they got a big enough fan base to where whatever Apple puts out, they know people will run out and they will buy it. So the reason why Apple does this to us is because we, the people, the consumers, we allow it. You know what I'm saying? We allow it. To me, this is an embarrassment of a device and it's unacceptable. And I'm not even recommending it. I can't recommend this phone, man. You know what I'm saying? And then for me, it's a double whammy because I got the iPhone 11 when it came out, paid my $800 off top. That has the same internal specs as this. And then a little bit of time goes by, Apple, then you want to slap me in the face and basically minimize the amount of money that I've already spent for your iPhone 11. And you want to release the SE with the same specs for $400 less. Wow. What a slap in the face. They said, we gonna slap you guys in the face with a design that's 3 years old. And all we're gonna do is we're gonna reduce the price of our cheapest flagship, which is the 11. And we're gonna throw the same specifications in this phone that's in the 11, the 11 Pro, and the 11 Pro Max. And you know what you people are going to do? You people are going to love it. And you're going to salivate for it. You're going to crave it. You're going to buy it. It's going to sell out. We're not even going to be able to have production for it. Or maybe they just got a bunch of iPhone 8s, you know what I'm saying, that they wasn't able to sell back in the day, just sitting off in a warehouse somewhere. And somebody came up with a clever idea. Hey, let's take that design and let's take the internal specifications for the most current iPhone. And then let's drop it into this one right here and let's give it to the people and watch them go nuts. Come on, man. Yeah. You guys let that ride if you want to. I'm not letting it ride. You know what I'm saying? And as quiet as it's kept, I'm not supporting this. The only reason why I bought this phone was to show you guys how much of an embarrassment that this device is. Apple, who once was a leader in innovation, they gave us the iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Before the iPhone came out, what did we have? The ability to navigate a touchscreen in the manner in which the iPhone did when it first came out. There wasn't anything out like that at the time. They released something that literally revolutionized the mobile industry. They set the tone. It just literally shut down the game. I mean, everybody had to mock it. They had to copy it. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't have been able to compete. Right? So look, here's what I urge you to do. Because you guys saw all the devices that I flashed on the screen side by side this device. Let me challenge you. All you so-called Apple fanboys and girls. Go get an Android. Because see, the reason why Apple dropped this is because they can't compete with what Android has already been doing. In the Android market, you've got so many manufacturers making different phones at so many different price points. It doesn't matter what your budget is on the Android side of things. If you want a phone, you can go get a phone. It don't matter what your price is. You only want to pay $100, there's a phone for you. You want to pay $150, there's a phone for you. If you want to pay $50, $40, $30, some phones are free. You know what I'm saying? 200, 300, 400, 500, whatever the price point. If you want to rock with an Android, there's a phone for you. Don't settle for this, man. This is a slap in the face. What my man Jay will say, catch and release. Yeah, this is going back. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to cop this phone to make this video. You know what I'm saying? To expose Apple. You see what I'm saying? To expose them. Because this ain't cool. Tech is all about innovation. Is this innovation? Seriously, answer that question for me down in the comments, y'all. Is this innovation? I know I'm going to have some people out there, well, Pristine, they did take the chip out of the most flagship iPhone they've got. They put it in this small package and they're charging, way less money. I mean, come on, Pristine. Don't be so hard on them. What Snoop say back in the day? You know what I'm saying? Excuse my French. I don't love them hoes. You know what I'm saying? Well, man, it's the same thing with me and tech. I don't love these phones. You know what I'm saying? Just as quickly as I get them gone. You know what I'm saying? And this SE is out of here. Because it's an embarrassment. And it's not worth my time. What I need this for? I got the 11. You know what I'm saying? I should just turn around and sell all my Apple products for this nonsense BS that Apple is pulling. They're pissing on our feet, ladies and gentlemen, and telling us that it's raining. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to convince you that this is a good deal. And for some, it may be. For some of you that want a smaller phone, if you still rocking your iPhone 6 or 6 Plus or 7 or 7 Plus or whatever, you rocking your iPhone 8. You got an iPhone 8 or 8 Plus or whatever. I mean, I'm not sure if there's going to be an SE Plus coming right now. It's just this little guy right here. But I mean, if you want to do an upgrade because you have a device that is older than this, then okay, but I'm like, why not step up to, I mean, you can get you can go get an iPhone 10 right now. Go get a 10R. You know what I'm saying? You can, I've seen some 10Rs for $300. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man. Yeah. I had to rant, man. You know what I'm saying? I had to get it off my chest. Y'all stay confused. Y'all stay dazed and confused if you want to. You know what I'm saying? not me. You know what I'm saying? This is an embarrassment. And Apple, you ought to be ashamed of how you're duping people, bopping people. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even think highly enough of us. And we're the reason why they're sitting on that pedestal that they're sitting on. How much money money is Apple worth? Ain't they up in the trillions? Well, why that is? How come that is? How's that a reality? Because of us, the people. We're the reason why Apple is sitting where they sit. Because we're buying their products. And this is the thanks we get? This insult of a special edition. This is a special edition. Man, please, man. I'm gone, man. I'm done. If you like this video, you already know what to do. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. You already know, man. Check out my catalog. Got a lot of phones. You know what I'm saying? Hit that notifications bell because I got so much more content to come. You know what I'm saying? And hey, you know, it's COVID-19. Prayers up to everybody that's suffering because of this thing. People that are grieving lost loved ones. My condolences. If you haven't gotten spiritually fit, now's the time. Now's the time. Okay? I'm not going to waste any more time preaching to you. I'm going to just say now's the time to get spiritually fit. If you do not have a relationship with Christ, y'all better stop playing. Because the time that you think you got, it ain't promised. It ain't promised. You never know when you're going to take your last breath. And when you do take your last breath, you want to know exactly where your soul is going to rest. Get right with Christ. Hold on to his ever unchanging hand. Don't live in fear. We're going to beat this virus. God's already got the answer. Just thank him in advance and wait on him. Know what I'm saying? Just thank him in advance for the blessing to come to get rid of this pandemic and wait on it because it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Keep it pristine. I'll catch y'all in the next video. About to box this joint up and get this joint out of here.